Okie dokie, time for another Spiral Abyss. And this time I'm not quite as late. I'm still a little late, but not quite as late at uploading and whatever. I know I said I wanted a new Spiral Abyss, but I very much can't wait for the 3.1 changeover, because yeah, screw floor 12, part 3. That shit's bullshit. Alright, so the blessing is that whenever you affect an opponent with Quicken, their defense is lowered by 35%, which is kind of helpful. So, let's just get through this. This is floor 9, it's floor 9, floor 10, and to an extent floor 11, super easy. I just had to remind myself what everything was real quick. So I will say, though, while I deal with all this crap, that I will not be doing a live stream. Not that that particularly matters to anyone, because no one watched last time anyway. But I will not be doing a live stream of 3.1. I'll just upload everything, and I will try to do better with the videos for like exploration and whatnot. I'll try to group things into specific videos, which should, if anyone comes to this channel for help, should be much better in that regard. It's a really stupid sentence, but you get the idea. That bottom team is one of my favorites. It's a lot of dot damage. It's really strong. It's so many numbers. But I'm looking forward to 3.1. I want Sinnoh, or Sinnoh. I think it's Sinnoh. He looks interesting, and we've only got currently. What is it? 3 5-star Electro characters, so it's nice to have another one. And while I personally kind of like Miko, I understand that there are a lot of people who don't like her, so it's nice to get another 5-star Electro character that's should be stronger. Although I will say, though, in the case of Miko, she's probably a lot stronger since the advent of Dendro reactions than she was before them, because you want to build a little bit of EM on her anyway, so she probably ends up working out a lot better with a Quicken aggravate setup. Although the problem there is that actually, that really isn't too much of a problem, because you just switch out real quick and reapply the Dendro, and it's fine. But it'd be nice to have another Electro 5-star. Like I said, we only have 4 of them right now, and of the 4, A is the strongest. No, sorry, we only have 3 right now. A is the strongest. We'll have 4 when Sinnoh comes out. And so it'd be interesting to have another alternative to that, in case you want someone who isn't a caster. Because I personally do think that Miko is stronger than Kuching. Sorry for all the Kuching mains. I think she's stronger. Just my personal opinion. I will say, watching that little thing, and it worked out somewhat, but the biggest problem I have with Tighnari's confusion is they move so much that it's hard to shoot sometimes to get the angles right. But then that could just be me. I really don't like archers and their charged attacks. I never liked them. And that's why I'm really looking forward to Nahida, because I want not just because she's an Archon and will probably be busted as all get out, but also because I want a Dendro character that isn't a bow user, as I do not like bows. That's actually my least favorite weapon class. And the two bow users that I use most commonly are based more on their elemental skills and bursts than they are based on the fact that they're bow users. Venti and Tartaglia. I'm starting getting to call him Tartaglia more often because I can pronounce it now. I used to not be able to pronounce it, so that's why I always called him Child, but now I can pronounce Tartaglia and I can say I don't have a problem with it. And, you know, yay, we got more Fatuis coming out soon, I would hope. So we obviously aren't getting La Signora, at least if we are getting a La Signora ever, it will not be Rosalind. It will be a different La Signora, a new La Signora. So, that said, if we do get a La Signora, then it would be completely different. But we are not currently getting one, so I'm assuming it is still possible that other Fatui will not be playable. It is possible. And so in that regard, I'm hoping that we'll be getting... this went off track. No, what I was trying to say was... I'm looking forward to more Fatui, but there's always a chance that we will not get them. But if we do get Dottore, specifically, I was trying to get onto Dottore. If we do get Dottore, I really, really, really want to know what Muhoyo is going to do for his redemption, so to speak. Like, why would he suddenly be, quote unquote, on our side, or working with us, or being friendly with us, because Dottore's nuts. Just like lore-wise, like if you look at the which one is it? I think it's one of the new artifacts. I think it's the one that the Elemental Mastery one. I think it could be the Dendro one, but I think it's the Elemental Mastery one. If you look at the lore for it, it's hinted that that's Dottore and the mentality of it all, and that's just kind of so many dark implications. We're not going to get into that. All that being said, you know, he was kicked out of the academia for being a psychopath. But considering what some of the academia are doing right now, how bad could he really have been? Because, you know, the Grand Sage did just almost kill the entire city. So, how bad was Dottore that they wanted to get rid of him? What? Oh, I must have misclicked. I was just sitting there watching myself pick Aloy, and I was just like, why on earth would I have done that? Oh, okay. It was just a mistake. But, yeah, anyway. I know that there's, spoilers and leaks about which ones we'll be getting, or which one we might be getting in the immediate future, but I'm not going to go into that. I will just say that I am looking forward to getting more Fatui than just Tartaglia. Mostly I want, if we're going to get them, I want Pantalone, and I want to see what Sandra... Well, I want all of them, obviously, but some more than others. I want to see what Sandron, how she works. Like, what is she going to end up being? Like, will her skills be elemental-based, so to speak? Or will she just, like, control the robot? Which would be, you know, interesting. And then, I wouldn't mind getting Colombina, because if Tartaglia is scared of her, then there must be something really interesting about her. And while I'm interested in getting Pulcinella, I'd rather just have his hat in real life because that hat's baller. Oh, and I just thought of something. So there were a lot of people who used to complaining about the fact that we might not get him because he would require a third human male model. And I recently just thought of it. We already have that human male model. It's just any child, any male child. They already have it in the game. So just the Timmy male model, just adjusted, basically. So there's really no reason to freak out about it. It's already in the game. They just have to adjust it for the characters. Anyway, I'm looking forward to 3.1, which is in, what is today? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 3 days. I want to get Senno, and then I want to explore the desert, which I say I want to explore the desert, but at the same time, something tells me that's just going to be exhausting. There's just a lot of same, just bland desert area. It's just going to be a lot of repetitive scenery, and it's just going to be a little bit much, I guess is the word that would work. But it's going to be very redundant. It's going to be a lot of redundancy, is what I'm getting, what I'm thinking, and that's redundancy in terrain just leads to where the hell am I? What am I looking for? Have I been here before? And that's just going to be a little obnoxious. If there's anyone watching this, what did you think of the trailer for 3.1? I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was pretty epic. It does pose an interesting question, though. So the speculation, obviously, is that Nahida was inside Catherine at the time of the stabbing. And so it begs the question of, if Nahida is inside a body that is injured, does she herself feel the pain? Like, does she, in this sanctuary, feel the pain the body goes through? And if she does feel the pain, does it affect her? Like, would she receive the injury or something like that? And it's an interesting concept to think about. I don't know if it would. I personally don't. I think she might feel the pain because of the mental connection, but I don't know if she would necessarily. What is it? Like have the injury replicated, because it is just her mind into theirs, not her actual body. But who knows? Maybe they'll throw a curveball at us for that. I am very interested to see what the first weekly boss of Sumeru is going to be, because we know it's coming. And we've already had two Fatui, so it's probably going to be Skara in the robot, honestly, because that was hinted. And we know that I'm pretty sure we know it's not coming in 3.1 because Senno still uses Raiden Shogun boss mats for his talent level ups, so it'll probably be in 3.2, which is annoying because speculation is that's when Nahida comes out. Obviously, we don't know for sure, but that's just general speculation of everybody who plays. And if that is when Nahida comes out, why does it have to come out with a new weekly boss at the same time? Because I want to have all the weekly boss Matt's ready, so I can just level all of her talents up to the max right off the bat. But no, we have to wait because anyway. But assuming that it actually is Skara in the robot, I'm very interested to see what he's going to do. On that fascinating note, Skara, the god robot thing, divine power, sealed away, that was eventually opened up, so he has these strong god powers, intimidating enough to scare Miko. So he's number 6 of the Fatui. So that makes, and since the Fatui have been revealed to be based on strength, how flipping strong must 5 through 1 be? And on that note, how flipping strong must Columbina be to be number 3? Like, what the heck can that girl do? Personally, I think she's going to be just based off no evidence or no, just gut feeling. And I 100% fully could be wrong about this. I fully admit this. This is just first impressions. I feel like she's going to be an Animo Spear user. That's my guess. I 100%. I'm going off no evidence other than the fact that she has angel wings on her hair. That's the Animo part. And apart from that, I got nothing. And you know what? I would be very interested to see what she can do. I can 100% see her riding a spear around and flying around wielding a spear. That's what I see. And I am very much interested in seeing what she can do. I'm very much interested in seeing what all of them can do, if we're going to be perfectly honest. But yeah, that's for me with characters. It's I want all the Archons and I want all the Harbingers. Everything else is just whatever. I mean, like, there's characters I want besides them. Like, I want Alhaitham, and I want Sinnoh, and you know, a lot of the characters I wanted Miko, I got her, but if it came down to can only get, I want the Archons and I want the Harbingers, because I'm a collector and I like collecting sets, and they are the set, so to speak. Stupid freaking water constructs. I hope. Well, I wonder if the Hydro Archon is gonna... I do wonder what the Hydro Archon's gonna do, because Hydro being one of the more versatile elements, if not the most versatile element, makes it really hard to figure out what the Hydro Archon's gonna be. Maybe, to an extent, we can figure out that she's probably gonna be HP based, because they just reworked Hydro's elemental resonance, and so it's well within the possibility for her to be HP based. Obviously, this is not a perfect interpretation, because Venti is he is EM based to an extent, but his level up skill is energy regen, so it's not a perfect thing. And honestly, it doesn't matter. He's still, honestly, just because his level up ability is, or his level up stat is elemental regen or energy regen, doesn't mean that he's not EM based. So I'm probably just talking out my ass, but it is within the realm of possibilities, is what I'm trying to say, that the Hydro Archon will be HP based. But apart from that, who the fuck knows what she's gonna do? Like, will she be like Mona and a decent-ish CC character? You know, Mona can trap things in the Omen bubbles. Will she just be an version of that? Will she be like Yelan or Xingqiu, where she enhances uh, damage by providing excess hydro damage? Will she be like Ayato or Child, be a main DPS who specializes in maximum amounts of hydro application, being a main hydro applicator with other people providing the elemental stuff? Will she be a healer? That would be interesting. Our first Archon designated healer, because yes, I know that Zhongli C6 is healing, but honestly, that really doesn't count. So, I'm very interested in what the Hydro Archon will be. And as of right now, the only thing we know is that she's a lot. Like, personality-wise, she's just a lot. And I'm very interested in seeing what that'll end up being. I also expect her to be a sword user. That is my prediction, is that the Hydro Archon will be a sword user, the Pyro Archon will be a Claymore user, and the Cryo Archon will be another sword user. And in the case of the Cryo Archon, it's just best guess. Why the hell? It just seems like the most logical to me. But she could be anything, really. Anywho. I don't like this thing. Maybe I'm just using the wrong team setup, but I just don't like this thing. Especially the fact that the weak spot starts on the head. I don't like that. It's very annoying. If I had Ganyu, maybe it would be less annoying, but I never really wanted her, so maybe that's just me. I mean, I know she's a great DPS and all that, but I don't like bow characters, and she's a bow character. And I will admit I had some slight bias with her. I fully admit this, that when she first came out, I just thought she was 5-star Amber. And to some extent she is. Her kit mirrors Amber's very well. But I know that she's not in play because she does the frost flakes. And that's her big thing, but her actual kit itself is very reminiscent of Amber's. It just sans the frostflake. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I don't have Ganyu, I don't have Yoimiya, and I don't have Klee, and I never liked any of their playstyles, and that's why I don't got them. And honestly, if Tainari hadn't been the first Dendro 5-star character, I probably wouldn't have gotten him either, because I'm not big on bows. I'm not big on bows with charged attacks either. I just don't like them. It's not my thing. And Klee's playstyle is clunky. So, I think I've explained that before, but whatever, I don't care. And yes, I know I mentioned that I don't like Klee because she's clunky, and yet I use fricking Mika, who also has an extremely clunky kit. But in defense of that, I will say that I got her because she was A's familiar and not because of her playstyle. So that was more of a story thing.
This is order. Show them right here, right now.
Did I actually make this in time? I think I did. I leave in a mistake, or not a mistake, but this took longer than it should have.
Right now, emerge right here.
I hate these things, by the way. The blight drakes in the air, they just move too flipping much, and it's really hard. And then they're just slightly out of range of certain melee characters, and it's just, I don't always have a good caster on me, or a good or a good archer. So I don't like these things. They're obnoxious. Like, look at this. Look at the freaking just like sidestep. It's exceedingly annoying.
Can't see.
There is no escape. Time for takeoff.
Coming to be.
This is fun. AoE, or not AoE, dot damage.
Feel the same ship power.
Torn to oblivion.
Do I finish in time?
Think you can
Maybe
get away?
Venti makes it so that I do?
Burst forth.
Illusion shattered.
Enshroud.
Yahoo!
I'll uproot you.
Inazuma shines eternal.
Yeah, I barely finish in time. All the power of the Archons, I guess. All hail the Archons. I will say that out of the 4 travelers we've got, I do like the Dendro Traveler the best. It used to be the Electro Traveler, and now it's the Dendro one. I wonder if that trend's going to continue. Will the Hydro Traveler be better than the Dendro one? I doubt it, but whatever. We'll see. They'd have to have something really cool to be better than the Dendro one. Anyway, I do wonder, as I was saying, will the Hydro Archon do some of the things that Hydro enemies do that we personally find annoying, or at least I find annoying? Like, will the Hydro Archon be able to summon Hydro Mimics, or will they be able to summon bubbles to trap things? That would be cool. That would be interesting. That would finally give us the stuff that pisses us off about all the enemies that we have to face. So that would be interesting. Maybe that's if the slime theory works out. Maybe that's the similarity between the Hydro Archon and the Hydro Slime, is that she provides bubbles. That would be cool.
Hold the line. Here we go.
But we don't know if the slime theory is real or not, or is true or not. We have to wait and see. First, we'll see if Kusanali has anything reminiscent of the Dendro slimes, like hiding underground, or poison cloud, or shooting seeds, or summoning little clones. Maybe she is a clone, who knows. We have to see. We've got an Archon to go before we can see if we got one more Archon to see if the slime theory is true before we get to the Hydro one. And then, if it is, 4 out of 7 would make it seem like it's a pretty good bet.
I will have order. Quietly now. Here's Becca. Gather.
Gotcha.
I don't know why they keep insisting on putting this and the samurai in the Spiral Abyss. I don't like either of these bosses in Spiral Abyss.
Stabilize.
Although, come to think of it, I'm not particularly fond of the Rubik's Cube boss either, but we'll not get into that. Maybe it'll be better now if they put the Rubik's Cube boss. I don't know what they're putting in for 3.1. I'm looking forward to finding out. But
This is order.
I hope if they put in the Rubik's Cube boss, maybe it'll be better now with Dendro, because just did the Aranara quest line with the one I finished the Aranara quests with the sevens with the seal, the three seals knocking up the rune things, and then at the end of it you have to fight the Rubik's Cube boss, and you can do it multiple different times to get bigger and better chests, and the final time that I did it, the one to get the luxurious chest was Cakewalk with Dendro. I had Dendro Traveler, somebody else, Zhongli, and Tainari. So I got, the 100 extra elemental mastery for well, added to all of them, obviously, but A was my primary damage, and so she just melted the Rubik's Cube boss with her aggravate damage. So, I'm looking forward to trying that out in Spiral Abyss, see if it's better than what I used to do, which was just blast it with overload damage. So, yeah. That's me just rambling again. And so, now we get to Floor 12, Part 3. Fuck this part. It took so many attempts for me to get it right. I will fully admit it took way too many attempts for me to get it right. I cut all of them out, but I have literally 10 files of saved. I kept recording, saving, and then recording, doing it, failing, stopped recording, started again. I have 10 different files of multiple attempts each time of me trying to get this, and I just could not find the right team, and I tried the team that I used last time, and it did not work, so I had to come up with a whole new team, and the reason it did not work is because the freaking blessings were shit this time around. Anyway, I finally found a technique that worked, and it, great of ironies, is Venti. And the reason why I hate this flipping floor is these things. These annoying bishops are the worst. Because they are just sturdy enough that you can't grab them, you can't vacuum them up really well. But they are not sturdy enough that if you hit them with a decently strong attack, they won't just back up. And the backing up is what, I would use elemental skill, and I'd do the big slash, and they would just, fly across the map. And I could not get them all grouped up properly, and they are just the worst. I don't like these things. Everything else about this floor is fine, except for these things. They're just obnoxious and annoying, and I hate them. And they have ridiculous amounts of health, too, while we're on that subject. About why I hate them.
My apologies. Think you can get away?
Just the worst. Absolutely the worst. Fortunately, these are pretty easy to kill if you can group them up. And then this thing. I figured out how to properly adjust it so that it stays in an almost constant state of... I actually, went back and read how its Fury stuff works, because I didn't quite read that. And so I read how its Fury thing works, and now I know how to keep it in a constant state of Fury where it's always just almost constantly on the ground, and I can beat the crap out of it. The biggest problem I was having was I kept trying to use Dendro against it, and that was not the smartest idea because it has, 50 dendro resistance, and then which then eventually turns into like 30 when it's on the ground or something like that, which is still shit because all the other resistances are at 0. So yeah, don't use dendro except for to cause aggravate. It's just not worth it. Stupid chicken. No one likes you. Oh, did I leave it? Yeah, I left it in. I left in this version. This is a mess up, so I had to do it over again. Whatever. I forgot that I left that in. I'm just showing you just how obnoxious this frickin' floor is, but I manage it. I do manage it.
Time for takeoff. Sakura swirl.
When if you can get them off balance, you can gather them up pretty decently, but it's just they're just so annoying.
Billowing surge.
It's the worst.
Here we go. Think you can get away? Whirling snow.
As one with wind and cloud.
I was decently able to lock them down with cryo, which was nice, but it's still insanely obnoxious.
Into the wind.
Allow me. Brace yourselves. Time for takeoff.
Gather, gather, gather.
Unthinkable. My apologies.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Here we go.
Wind strider.
Yahoo! Think you can get away?
Thank goodness for
Sakura swirl.
being able to shoot the arrow out while stuck inside the claw thing. I hate those claw things. That floor is just horribly designed. It's got the claws and the bubbles and the fricking stupid bird and the bishops that don't want to do what you want them to do. It's just a horrible design floor. It's the first part. I don't care about the chicken. The chicken's fine. I can deal with the chicken. It's those stupid bishops and those frickin' mushrooms that I hate.
Order guide you.
Inazuma shines eternal.
There's a nice 2K burst right there. That was fun. I don't think I got an aggravate damage from it, but, you know, whatever.
I will have order.
All hail the glory of A and her elemental and her energy regen. Let me do 2 Zhongli ults, run right after the other. That was nice.
I'm going in. Now you shall perish.
Come on. Dead.
There is no escape.
Dead. Cool. Yeah. Can't wait for floor 12 to be redesigned. I say that, and I don't know what the new floor 12 is going to be. It could be 10 times worse. Who knows? We'll see. We'll find out. Could be one of the new bosses. I don't know if they're any good, but, you know, whatever. Cup, feather, I think. I didn't quite see. Crown, and lamp. That was clock, not cup, I think. Whatever. It doesn't matter. They were, if memory serves, all crap anyway. Yeah. I think that one was the one that had at least some potential. But they were mostly crap. Alright. Well, that was this. That was the 16th Spiral Abyss. Please like and subscribe. Have a good rest of your day. Bye!